At Ironman Industries, we forge the foundation of excellence in steel manufacturing. Our dedication to quality and precision sets the industry standard, delivering unmatched innovation that powers progress and builds tomorrow's world. We don't just produce steel, we craft a legacy of strength. With every cut, weld, and bend, our commitment to our customers shines through. Choose the steel partner that never compromises on quality. Visit us at ironmanindustries.com.
Fed up with the fluffy and cookie cutter mental game advice? You're not alone. My best-selling book, Mindset First, is your guide to discover a reliable and repeatable way to dominate the mental game. You don't need to suffer from performance anxiety, overthinking, and confidence issues. In this concise and practical book, you'll learn how I coach professional athletes to get dialed in and day out. You'll see real-life examples of how athletes train their mind to consistently get in the zone. And the bottom line, you'll have the principles and the strategies to break free from the weight of results, play with confidence, and perform when it matters most.
Welcome into WSBN, the World Sports Broadcasting Network, as we roll on with our coverage of the Continental Clash here in Mount Prospect, Illinois. It is game number 4 of league play. Between Team Atlantic and Southeast Elite. I should be joined by my partner, Marcy Young, any minute now, but for now, you'll just get me. As the teams get ready to drop the puck. It's controlled by Team Atlantic as we get underway here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena. Dylan Ward with you, filling in for Tarcy Young until he's available to join me and take over the play-by-play. It's Team Atlantic with the puck. They have it at the left point. Now top of the left circle. This one's sent down low for Laurent Bader. Bader, near side, puts on the brakes at the hash marks. The half boards, I should say. Centering pass. This one found nobody. Now here comes Southeast Elite. Maybe a 2-on-1 if they hurry. It's Cooper Manning Kent. He will elect to just dump this one down instead and go for a line change. Just a minute into the game. Just getting started here. It is 0-0. Now here comes Caden Morton. Puck stripped off of his stick. And here comes Southeast Elite. They couldn't bring the puck into the zone cleanly. And Team Atlantic able to clear. FHA on their jerseys. Notre Dame colors, not too far away from Indiana. South Bend. As fighting ahead, 2-on-0, a pass across, and what a save made by Declan McKinney. His first test of the game, and he delivers. Now Team Atlantic. This one below the goal line, played off the boards and out. This would be offsides, but no touch. We will play on. Southeast with the puck in neutral ice. Giveaway, and now here comes Team Atlantic. Rushing through the zone. Here's a chip shot. That one goes behind the net, and then the net comes crashing off of its moorings, which will stop play. 12:53 to go in period number 1, scoreless. Here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena, suburb just north of the city of Chicago's borders. As now the other direction comes Southeast Elite. Over the line down the right wing side. This one stripped away. And now here comes Team Atlantic. This pass wouldn't connect. And it's picked up by Southeast Elite. Over the line slap shot from the point. That one missed the net. It's picked up instead by Team Atlantic. 12:10 to go in the first period, just getting underway here. Mount Prospect Ice Arena. And as this puck's taken away by Atlantic, here's a stretch pass ahead. It's Cole Brundage. He might have a breakaway. Here's the shot, and that one whistles wide of the net. Rebound picked up by Southeast Elite. Now this is actually Cole Brundage. That was the other number 8 that I was looking at. And now Southeast over the line down the left wing side, thrown to the net. That one sticked away by the goaltender. Rebound goes to the far side corner, where it'll be taken care of by Team Atlantic. Here comes Landon Groom. He takes a shot. That one would not go. Picked away again. Here's another shot and another save. Rebound. A second save made by Declan McKinney. Now back up to the left point. This one to the far side half boards, intercepted by Southeast Elite. Now this pass out to neutral ice. It's picked up by Team Atlantic. Now here they come the other direction. Over the line, right wing side. Nearly exited the zone. Now it will come over the blue line and out to neutral ice. 3-1 the shots on goal in favor of the designated visitors, which is Team Atlantic. Southeast Elite, designated home team, will have the last change here at this neutral ice surface. And that looked close to offsides. They will call it late. And that's going to stop play. 10:34 to go in the first period. And my broadcasting partner, Tarcy Young, has come to the booth now. A little bit late, but better late than never. Tarcy, why don't you take over here?
Well, this is what happens when your schedule gets a little messed up and sent to the side. I literally just signed off on the South Arena. Came over here. I stopped for 12 seconds, and you guys are texting me, hey, game started. What? Okay, so we're just under 5 minutes in.
Well, you didn't miss a goal call, so that's good.
All right, so it's Southeast Elite wearing those orange and blue. Those are some cool uniforms. They're moving right to left on your screens. And back out comes Team Atlantic. Atlantic up on the right side. One hand on the stick, moves in front. Big save by the goaltender for Southeast Elite. That is number 65, Declan McKinney. Does a phenomenal job there. McKinney came across to make the save.
He's already got 4 stops. I would say 2 of them, maybe you could say 3 were elite saves.
Ooh, nice wordplay there.
Yeah.
You're warmed up for Dad Joke Central when the time comes.
Yeah, you picked up on that one.
All right, so the face-off to that right side of Declan McKinney, and there's another shot in. That one goes just wide of the net. Back behind the goal. It is Team Atlantic. They get sent back to the outside. Now behind the net. It comes in on Declan, and he's going to hold up. Honestly, I have to shift gear. I just watched the game and called the game between Alberta and the Young Kings. Alberta was down 3. They tied it up with 2 minutes left to go.
Holy moly.
In 2 minutes. And then the Young Kings scored 9 seconds later.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's I'm trying to shift gears
Yeah.
into this game.
Into a scoreless first period.
So it is Southeast Elite moving it up to center ice. They actually had 2 of them there, couldn't get the touch pass to themselves. So Team Atlantic backs off. Moves over to the far side. Team Atlantic coming into this game 2-1. Southeast Elite 0-3. They don't look like an 0-3 team so far.
Yeah, they are coming off a tough loss earlier today. 2 first class, 10-0. So you got to think that they're going to be ready for a bounce back here.
Yeah, I heard a couple. There were besides our blowout, there was that one, and I think another one was we had talked. It was 7-3 or something along those lines at one point. So some high-scoring games here this morning. As Team Atlantic brings it up to center ice on the left wing. Stopped up there. And they'll turn it back in the other direction. That's Team Atlantic's number 3, Laurent Badger. There's a couple players down on the ice, and we might actually get no, it's an offside here. I was going to say we might actually get a call, but no, it is just an offside. They're going to move the draw to outside on the dot.
And that's one of the things where you have 2 officials is no one's wearing the orange stripes, so you don't always know if it's a penalty call or offsides or just something else entirely.
Sometimes, but honestly, officials can be expensive, so I can see why they're not going with the 2 ref, 2 linesman system, because that would get prohibitively expensive for everybody.
When I was a kid, I always thought that the refs with the orange sleeves were the ones that didn't know how to swim, and those were floaties in case the ice melted.
All right, here's a chance now for Elite from the top of the circle. That doesn't make it through. And back out comes Team Atlantic. Mayal Powers, another one of those female goaltenders we were talking about earlier, Dylan.
Yes, indeed.
She's patrolling the pipes for Team Atlantic. Then on the other end, it's Declan McKinney in goal, wearing number 65, and Declan will make that stop and hold on. He had to look behind him a little bit. He wasn't sure he had it 100%, but he did under the pads. So that'll stop play, and we'll have the draw inside.
Tarsi, how bizarre is it that we've got 7-11 on the clock and no goals?
Again. I think it's giving me a sign it's time to stop for Slurpees. We'll see how it goes. All right, it's Team Atlantic with control in the southeast zone. There's a long shot, hits a couple players in front, actually. Knocked down by a high stick. Hit a stick, then a player, then the ground. And then it was Southeast that touched it.
We'll run back the face-off here.
6:59 left to go, no score here in the first. And Southeast Elite lifts it out to center ice. Almost with a chance there was number 96, Colton Corbett. Corbett has it now at center. He has it knocked off his stick, but Elite picks it up on the far side. Chips it up into the zone on the right wing. And now Atlantic takes it back. In behind the goal, Atlantic circling. Now chipped out along the far side. Elite able to keep it in though. Southeast Elite moves it back to the near side, and Atlantic picks it up, and we got a 2-on-1 in the other direction. On the right hand. Turned and fired in through the middle, but it was in behind number 11, Landon Groom.
Landon Groom's had a stellar season, or I should say tournament. 5 goals, 1 assist.
All right, here comes Atlantic with a wrist shot in. That one stopped by Declan McKinney and covers up the rebound.
Defender's perfect so far, but neither has been tested much. We'll see if we can get some more high danger scoring looks from either side, as this game is really been a lull so far.
5:55 to go here in the first period. So just about 10 minutes gone as these two teams feel each other out for the first time. Now Atlantic with it up in the right wing corner. Peeled out and sent back out to center ice. And back for it's number 7, Xavier Mallet. Now up on the left wing, passed into the middle. Picked up there, and here's a chance in the slot. Shot, scores. That is number 6, Liam Mitchell. Made a nice move, picked the puck off at center ice, made a nice move, found some space in the slot, and was able to lift it past Declan McKinney. We got our first goal of the game, Dylan. It is 1-0 here in favor of Team Atlantic. 5:21 left to go.
A nice move is exactly right. What a solo goal by Liam Mitchell. Had an assist in the 3 prior games, but that's his first goal of the Continental Clash, and it breaks the ice here in the first period, 1-0.
So Southeast Elite gets sent back into their own zone once again. Out to the blue line, kept in there by Team Atlantic. They play it in behind the goaltender McKinney. Now around to the near side. Held up along the boards. And Southeast Elite able to get it out. Nice pass over to the right-hand side. Trying to get around the defender. Couldn't do it. So Atlantic fires it back down into Southeast zone. Now Elite up with it. That is number 44, Kellen Kurtman. Passes to the far side. Atlantic takes it from there. Puts it back just inside the blue line where Elite picks up on it. And they'll fire it cross ice where Team Atlantic takes over once again.
This tournament is just so rapid with how many games there are in such a short amount of time. Feels like it just started yesterday. Oh, wait, it did. But we're already starting to get a little bit of a playoff picture here. And for Southeast Elite, we talked about how it may not be a stellar record you need to squeak in there as a 16 seed. But boy, they could use at least a point from this one.
16 of 22. Make the playoffs. Then they'll whittle it down to 8-4. And they'll play the bronze medal game in the championship game on Sunday. Here is Team Atlantic. They lead 1-0. Still with control. Cycling around. Kept in at the blue line. Long shot. That hits one of the Elite players in front, but somehow Atlantic's still able to keep it in. Now here's a shot from the slot. Scores. That is number 11. Wrong one. That's number 11, Landon Groom. We just talked about him and the points in the tournament he's having. Well, he got another goal here. Puts it up over top of Declan McKinney, and it is a 2-0 game with 3:24 remaining.
And Tarsi, he doesn't score that goal if Southeast Elite was able to clear that. And you look at those plays where it's kept in at the blue line, not always the most critical plays, but when they lead to a goal, it's hard to ignore. And with that, Groom's 6th goal of the tournament ties the leaderboard.
Here's a shot in by Southeast Elite, and that one's stopped by Mayel Powers.
Eli Horb of Spartans, Alberta, and Derek Carpenter-Wasserman of North Star Elite, the only other players at this tournament with 6 goals to their name so far.
Eli couldn't score in that game. The last game, he got none.
Wow. So that's 6 in his first 3.
You got it. There's a long shot in by Southeast Elite. Goes just wide. Landon Groom credited with that goal, of course. 2-0 is the score now. And the shots kind of match, as Elite only has 2 on goal, whereas Atlantic has taken 8. Now back comes Atlantic up on the left wing. They actually had to get the goaltender out of the way as they bumped right in front of the bench. The Elite with it up on the right side corner. And Atlantic takes advantage of a hop over the stick, and now the pass to the middle. Got a man right out front, can't get a shot away though. Back to the point. Team Atlantic leading 2-0 already. Nice stop to turn away from a check. Completely lost his man, who actually fell down and went off into the corner. 1:56 remaining. It is 2-0 here in favor of Team Atlantic. On the right-hand side, now off the end wall. Elite tries to swing it around to the far boards. They're able to, and they're able to get it out, but just barely. And now Atlantic coming up with it once again. Up on the right-hand side. And into the end wall. Still, Team Atlantic with control. They battle now in the near side corner. Pass back to the point, wide open, down to the side of the net. Walking away from a check, sent back down once again. That's Liam Mitchell in the side wall, gets it down into the corner. Passed out front, chopped away, and that is under the goaltender. Whew. Declan McKinney sat back and landed on the puck, which results in that stoppage in play. So it's 2-0, 1:07 left to go.
Team Atlantic dominating this one. You could tell just by looking at the scoreboard. We talk about how shots on goal don't always tell the story, but in this case, absolutely do. Southeast Elite has just had nothing going for them.
And there was a dangerous pass through the slot that nobody could get a stick on. Back in comes Atlantic. They take it right outside the blue line. And here's the goal scorer himself with the backhand over to the near side. And that's a goal. It is a goal. Once again. So the pressure keeps coming. Landon Groom set that one up. He got the first initial shot away. I don't think he poked it in.
No, I think it was Sam McPherson, number 10, if I am not mistaken. So that'll be his second goal. And just like you said, though, a nice setup there from Groom. So that is his second assist. He's now at 6 goals and 2 assists in this tournament. 8 total points.
All right, we got less than a minute to go here, and Team Atlantic is up. It's McPherson. They're going to give Laurent Bader the assist on that one. I don't know. Okay.
Long day for the refs.
All right.
Might have
There's
a penalty coming
backhand
up.
shot, loose puck in front, just as Southeast Elite applies some pressure. But it's a penalty coming to Elite, I believe it is.
Yeah.
They touched the puck.
Interference was the call from the referee. I didn't see the play, I got to be completely honest with you, but...
Oh, no. It's going to be Emmett Bouthiet.
Yes.
Number 12. He is headed to the box. So this is actually a blessing here for Team Southeast Elite.
Yeah, they could use something here.
They need to break that goose egg. They're down 3-0 with just under 30 seconds left to go. And here's a shot from the high slot. That one goes high and wide.
They have found the back of the net on the power play twice already in this tournament.
Puck lifted out and all the way back down into Southeast territory. No icing, of course, as Atlantic on the penalty kill. Now with 8 seconds left to go, that should actually do it here. They might get one last chance, but long pass up, but it's being called an offside.
Yeah, not going to have enough time to do anything with the neutral zone faceoff coming.
2.9 seconds left on the clock. It's 3-0 here in favor of Team Atlantic.
Actually, not a neutral zone faceoff.
No, it's coming all the way back.
So this
two-line pass. Ish.
2-line pass, really?
Yeah, right.
They're calling that here?
It depends on where he let it go back here, I guess, because that can still happen, because the red line is not considered one of those lines, right? But
yeah,
if he took it over the blue line, there's still a 2-line pass. Right?
I had no idea that rule still existed at any level.
Well, once the red line comes out, it still does exist. But it rarely happens, because how often are you going to pass from behind your own blue line to across the other blue line and stay on side?
Right.
Right? So it's rare. Incredibly.
Well, you know, one thing interesting is this being a little bit of a newer rink, you don't see very often the non-checkered red line at center ice. It is just a solid red. And just for our viewers at home, and Tarsi, I'm not sure if you know this, but just a little fun tidbit, is the reason the center ice red line is usually checkered or has some kind of pattern is because back in the day, when you could only watch the games In black and white, you couldn't tell which line was which color because this is before they had face-off circles or really any sort of markings on the ice apart from the line. So that is why the red line's usually checkered, so on black and white TVs you could tell which line it is.
Who has black and white TV? Is that even a thing?
You'll have to talk to my grandparents.
My grandparents have a 65-inch.
Yeah, well,
right?
Today they do.
All right, so the first period over. We're going to switch ends. We got 15 minutes up on the clock again as the teams get their coaching boost.
Still have some time on the power play here for Elite as well.
Yeah, 1:32 left in that call to Emmett Bouthiet. Now here's a chance for Elite. Nice pass into the middle as they come across with a little bit of speed to the near side boards. They are stopped there by Team Atlantic, and back they come. Short-handed now. Up on the right side. Over skates the puck. Now Elite sends it out. It's going to go down ice. Icing waved. Team Atlantic, again, a man short, but out they come, 2-on-2 once again. In across the blue line. Now through the faceoff circle, right out front, scores! That looks to be, that was either number 8, Joe Duell.
It sure was.
There it is. Joe Duell just turned on the jets around the outside, cut in, and was able to slide it under Declan McKinney. And it's a 4-0 game with 14-14 left to go. We're just a few seconds into this second period. And Team Atlantic firmly in the driver's seat now.
Joe Duell joins his teammate Xavier Mallett as the second player on the team to score a shorthanded goal in this tournament. They've now got 2.
Now Atlantic with the 4-0 lead. They cough it up. Back in comes Team Southeast Elite. Up in the left wing corner is number. It's a pass through the crease. Over to the far side. Elite battling for it in the corner. Now it comes free. They still have the power play for 5 more seconds. There's a slap shot that gets blocked. And out they come. It's Team Atlantic. Lucky number 13, Xavier Landry, in forehand, scores.
Wow.
Xavier Landry blocked a shot, gave himself the breakaway, ran down, backhand, forehand, scores. It's a 5-0 game. And now we're going to be talking about the same thing we talked about last game in this rink, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when there's a 5-goal lead?
Well, one thing's for certain, there's a running clock in the third period, but also if both coaches agree, they can skip the ice cut and just play through without going to the locker room at all.
And Atlantic not letting up.
Sorry, the flood.
I thought we taught you that.
I guess I got to get back to the books.
All right. Team Southeast Elite brings it out of their zone. There's a good pass up. Now on the right-hand side, passed into the middle. Quick shot. That one stopped by the goaltender, Mayel Powers again.
Hasn't been tested much, but all 5 shots she's seen have not crossed.
Back in comes Atlantic. And they lose the puck. So Elite going to pick up on it. Atlantic steals it back. This is back and forth right at the blue line. There comes out. So Atlantic's got to clear the zone. Southeast Elite picks it up. Pass comes out to center ice. And Atlantic turns it back again, in across the blue line, through the circle, behind the goal. Now back to the point for number 7, Xavier Mallett. He loses it, has to come back and get it. Mallett now steps up, passed into the middle. There's Groom. He falls. A couple of players on the ice, back in behind the play, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty call, and this one is going to go, I believe, against number 14, Kellen McNaughton, for tripping.
All right, so it'll be another power play for Southeast Elite. Unsuccessful on their first one, but again, like I said, they have found the back of the net on the power play twice this tournament. If they're going to get anything going in this one, for me, it needs to happen right now.
Pretty much, and then they can avoid that whole 5-goal,
right,
quote-unquote mercy rule, if you want to call it that.
They do call it that in the official tournament rule book.
Oh, what's going on here?
Maybe a goalie change? Mail Powers.
Mail Power. Oh, she's just getting some equipment adjusted. Looks like her helmet, maybe.
There you go.
So Mail Powers, who has stopped 4 shots on goal.
Which I think should be 5.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
I also think Groom should have the assist on that next goal.
Yeah. So while we have a break in the play, it's starting to really get interesting down at the bottom of the standings because Great Lakes, Wisconsin is in 13th place with 2 wins and 6 points. Battery has 1 point for losing in overtime today, and then 15 and 16 still have 0. So Southeast Elite is one of these teams that doesn't have a point. So if they don't come back in this one, the threshold is still going to be 0. I'm wondering how long it's going to last at 0 points to be the bottom team in the playoffs and just make it on a tiebreaker.
You have to think it's not going to last through the end of today.
Which is why
one point here and there.
All these winless teams desperately need to get on the board because it's going to come down to a 1 or 2 win team as the last seed.
Here's Team Atlantic with the puck once again. There's a shot in front, scores. Came off the stick of an Elite player right onto the blade.
Second shorty of the game as well.
And his number is tucked so far into his pants I can't see it. Yeah, it happens.
We got game sheet.
Yeah, I think, again, that was number 8, Joe Duell again. I think.
Second shorthanded goal of the game, if it was.
Yeah, it was. It's Duell again from Caden McDonald this time.
How about a shorthanded hat trick?
Wouldn't that be something? Here come Team Atlantic. They are now up 6-0. And Southeast Elite able to grab it and get it out of the zone.
So in less than their last 5 periods, Southeast Elite has been outscored 16-0.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of games, a rough day for Team Southeast Elite.
And they had a great opener. They did lose the game, but only 4-2, I believe, was the final score.
As they come in, now we got a 3-on-1 all of a sudden, but it got caught up in some skates, couldn't get a shot away. Back to the point. Sent in on the half wall. Pass goes through the face-off circle and comes out of the zone. Knocked back in. Once again. And Atlantic's on it. They're going to lift it all the way down ice. Because let's not forget, Atlantic is on a penalty kill.
I actually genuinely forgot.
Still 17 seconds in that penalty yet. I think it's Duell's second shorthanded goal that did it for us.
Yep.
There's a long shot that hits a stick and bounces over to an open wing where Southeast Elite is going to pick up on it and get it out to center ice, but no further.
Penalty over.
Turned back by Team Atlantic. And here's nice move into the middle. Shot, that one hits the post, comes back out, rebound, scores. That is number 16, Riker Griffin. Took the initial shot, got the rebound back, and put it home.
And well, these Team Atlantic jerseys seem to resemble an iconic university of Notre Dame right around this area in South Bend, Indiana. And one thing that school is known for is their football program. Well, guess what? Team Atlantic has a touchdown.
A converted touchdown yet.
Yes. PAT included. And if they get one more, they can get a 2-point conversion. A timeout has been called here. I would have to guess Southeast called it.
Yeah, you'd have to say, like, okay, guys, like it's not going well, obviously. Let's just go out and play with pride, you know, and try to enjoy it. You're going to lose the game, realistically. mean, I'm trying to be real.
Yeah,
But
this is the point where the game where I think at the Atlantic bench, the coach is kind of telling them,
hold back a little?
Maybe hold back a little bit. Again, the goal differential thing always comes into the conversation with the tiebreaker because tiebreakers are going to be needed.
Yep.
But at the same time, this team's looking to advance to 3-1, and maybe just hold back a little bit. Maybe make the flashy pass instead of the better opportunity. And then if you score, you score, and if not, you're up 7-0 anyway.
All right, so it is 7-0 in favor of Team Atlantic. 9:46 left to go, and Atlantic pushes it into the offensive zone, sends it towards the goaltender.
Well, maybe he didn't say that. It's based on these first few seconds.
Puck over in the far corner, and the battle happening there. 3 of them on their knees. It's finally dug free. Atlantic keeps it deep. It has been a period here for Team Atlantic once again, and we're only 6 minutes into it. There's a long shot from the point by Atlantic. And Southeast Elite picks it up in their zone. Again, the battle along the wall. Finally, it comes free, and Team Southeast Elite able to get it out. There's number 18, Patrick Dunaway, who had it and gets turned back. Now Atlantic with it in the offensive zone. Still Atlantic has it in the corner. Slung back to the point. There's a long shot. Stopped in the face-off circle, and out comes Southeast Elite. It's Dunaway again into the face-off circle. Shot gets stopped. And Atlantic sweeps away the second attempt. Back in comes Atlantic. Trying to walk around the defender, and it's going to roll right in on Declan McKinney, and McKinney going to cover up.
65 on the goalie's back, not something you see every day. One, something in the 30s, something in the 50s.
All right, off the face-off in the Atlantic zone. In the Elite zone, Atlantic has control. Now Elite able to get it out, cross ice.
Atlantic attacking zone. There you go.
And Atlantic, speaking of attacking, dump it in. They'll send one forechecker who gets the turnover. Trying to create a chance there. Not able to. It's swung around to the far boards. Now back to the point. Atlantic holds it in. Shot stopped at the top of the circle. Here comes Southeast Elite. Passed out to the middle. Move to the outside. Overskating the puck, but reach back and get it. Now here's a shot in towards Mayel Powers. She steers it away. And back up comes Atlantic. They're going to play it off the boards. Here's a chance in tight, and that one's kicked out by the goaltender, Declan McKinney. Now Elite plays it back to the Atlantic blue line. Atlantic gains control and sends it to center ice. They'll dump it in the other direction. Back comes Elite up on the left-hand side. Cutting towards the net, fired a shot just high. 6:40 left to go here. There's another long shot in on Powers. She gloves it and drops it. Swept to the outside. Atlantic with it in their own zone. Backhanded off the wall. Here they come. They'll let it into the Southeast zone and go on a change. Southeast brings it back down along the near side boards. One of the Elite players tripped up. There's a shot tipped just wide. And Atlantic's going to bring it out to the blue line. That's as far as it goes. Poke back in. Now Elite and Atlantic tangle up inside the corner. It's dug free, and Elite comes out with it. There's a nice little dangle in front. Shot, scores! I think, again, number 8, Cole Brundage, I think, put that one in under Mayal Powers, and they have broken that shutout that she had going for a good chunk of this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They have not given official credit on game sheet yet, but 6 saves and number 7 are first allowed. And yes, indeed, Cole Brundage with the goal. Much needed goal for Southeast Elite.
It'll feel good just to break the goose egg. 7-1 now the score. 5.5 minutes left to go here in the second period.
Still in running clock territory.
As Atlantic now brings it outside of the zone. Skating with it is number 9, Jack Baxter. Some nice moves by Baxter, good speed. Drops it out front. Nobody can get a stick on it. Puck rolls to the corner. Baxter gets it back. Long shot by Baxter, scores! Number 9, Jack Baxter with a shot from the top of the face-off circle, well, in between the face-off circles. Nice long shot, and that handcuffed McKinney, and it's 8-1, so it's that 7-goal lead right back.
Yeah, and that was a satisfying one, seeing it ping off the post and in. And Jack Baxter, one of only 3 skaters on this team yet to record a point in the tournament, gets the goal. 8-1 indeed.
Good effort by him. Jack has some speed on him and some nice hands as well to move around and get past 3 or 4 defenders to get that shot off.
I think we're going to be...
Here comes Atlantic with a slap shot. That one gets redirected. Stopped though by McKinney.
Just a bit ahead of schedule after this one. Next game on this rink, not slated for another hour, 15 minutes.
All right, puck to the outside. Atlantic still controlling in the offensive zone. Out to the blue line. Atlantic holds it in for a quick second. Now Team Elite brings it up on the left side. Can't center. Atlantic takes it back. Chopped off the end wall. Elite swings it to the far boards. And it's picked up there by Team Atlantic. There's a nice pass to the middle for Lauren Badger. Badger sends it in towards the goal. We got a player down into the net, as a matter of fact. Southeast Elite, one of their players, slid right into the net.
It's Caden Morton, and it didn't take him long to get back up to his feet, but that looked like an awkward collision. With the score being what it is, we'll see how the bench decides to play him moving forward.
4:03 remaining here in the second period. The coaches can forego the flood if they so choose, and then play the straight time third period. Here comes Team Atlantic, Team Southeast Elite. Elite, there's a long shot, trying to tip it. Was number 11, Caden Morton, couldn't get a stick on it. Morton now fighting for it in the corner. Now it's dug free, behind the net. There's a long shot, that hits the stick. Kept in by Elite. Into the end boards. And Atlantic's going to pull it from there. Up they come on the right side, 2-on-2, poke check. Knocks them away, and back comes Southeast Elite to center ice. Still holding on to it. Passed over to the far side, but cut off. And Atlantic has it back. Now up along the boards and out to neutral ice. Another collision there. Dumped back into Atlantic's end. And they're back with it with Xavier Mallet. Mallet gets it up to Landry. Landry trying to make a move around the defender. Puck stays in the face-off circle. Landry going to pick it up in the corner now. Xavier Landry along the wall. Dropped it back. We got a stick on the ice. Somebody lost. In that far corner. as the battle continues to work its way to this side corner. Now Elite able to poke it, but now they're able to get it outside of the zone. So Southeast Elite comes in 2-on-3. They lose the puck. Follow it into the end wall. There's a quick bouncing puck out front. And it looks like the ref had blown the whistle down. But honestly, Mayel Powers did not have control of that puck. And she wasn't on top of it. She was up when the whistle was blown. So that's why you hear some of the yelling out here.
Yeah, some pretty unhappy fans here to our right.
And hockey players. They were like, no, she wasn't. She didn't have control. Here comes Atlantic in the other direction from the face-off dot. Quick shot. And Southeast Elite going to pull it out. Less than 2 minutes to go here in this third period. Elite comes in across the blue line. Taken there and turned around by number 6, Liam Mitchell. Now Mitchell has it at center. Dumped up, Mitchell. Takes it into the face-off dot once again. Finally swept away from him. He gets it back and tied up in the ref's skates. Atlantic still controlling in Southeast Elite territory. Now it's picked up by Southeast Elite, and the race is on. But the defender for Team Atlantic, that's Anthony Hansen, just reached back and stopped the advance. Long reach on him.
Yeah.
Plus good lateral backward movement as well. Which, by the way, is why I don't play hockey anymore.
Right there with you.
My lateral backwards skating was terrible. So I stopped playing hockey for basketball.
Yeah, there you go. Not too much backwards running in basketball.
Typically not. I could skate backwards. I couldn't do it well. And they're like, hey, you're a big dude. You should play defense. Maybe hockey's not for me. I love it still, though.
Oh, it's great. It's good to be here at the rink. It's 90 degrees out here in Chicago.
Is it again
Yep.
today? Oh.
It's only 4 days away from July. I missed it, and it's good to be back here, even if it's 7 games in one day.
All right, down to the last few seconds here of this second period. Long shot tipped in front, and the buzzer goes. Well, I don't know. It looks like they're going to do the flood because the teams are leaving.
It does look like that.
So there you go. It is 8-1 after 2 periods of play, 30 minutes. Let's go back over that second period once again. So it started 5 minutes and 46 seconds in. Joe Duell, a shorthanded goal for Team Atlantic. Shortly thereafter, like a minute late, well, 50 some odd seconds later, is Xavier Landry putting it past the goaltender once again. There's a lot of red lights here on this sheet.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Then Duell got another shorthanded goal. This one an assist by Caden McDonald. And that put them up 6-0.
And look, this is just something I think is worth mentioning. I'm looking at the schedule right now. So there are 8 teams on. Well, you know what? This is kind of a lot to explain. I'll wait till we're back.
Okay, so penalty to Atlantic. Kellen McNaughton went out for tripping. And then a shorthanded goal. Riker Griffin scoring that one again. And finally, Team Southeast Elite was able to get on the board. Cole Brundage poked it past Mayel Powers, but it didn't last long because 39 seconds later, Jack Baxter scored again for Team Atlantic, making it 8-1, which is where we sit after 2 periods. All right, so we will take a break, and we will come back with third period action here between Team Atlantic and Southeast to lead. Atlantic up 8-1. You're watching the clash here on WSBN.
Fed up with the fluffy and cookie cutter mental game advice? You're not alone. My best-selling book, Mindset First, is your guide to discover a reliable and repeatable way to dominate the mental game. You don't need to suffer from performance anxiety, overthinking, and confidence issues. In this concise and practical book, you'll learn how I coach professional athletes to get dialed in and day out. You'll see real-life examples of how athletes train their mind to consistently get in the zone. And the bottom line, you'll have the principles and the strategies to break free from the weight of results, play with confidence, and perform when it matters most.
At Ironman Industries, we forge the foundation of excellence in steel manufacturing. Our dedication to quality and precision sets the industry standard, delivering unmatched innovation that powers progress and builds tomorrow's world. We don't just produce steel, we craft a legacy of strength. With every cut, weld, and bend, our commitment to our customers shines through. Choose the steel partner that never compromises on quality. Visit us at ironmanindustries.com. Ironman Industries stands for quality and precision in steel manufacturing. Specializing in quality of our work, we're committed to our customers. Build the future with us at ironmanindustries.com.
Do you want to develop an unshakable level of self-confidence? Then check out my best-selling book, Mindset First. It provides a concise and practical way for athletes just like you to win the mental game.
At Ironman Industries, we forge the foundation of excellence in steel manufacturing. Our dedication to quality and precision sets the industry standard, delivering unmatched innovation that powers progress and builds tomorrow's world. We don't just produce steel, we craft a legacy of strength. With every cut, weld, and bend, our commitment to our customers shines through. Choose the steel partner that never compromises on quality. Visit us at Ironman.
Okay, welcome back. We're at the Mount Prospect North Ice Arena. It is 8-1 here. Team Atlantic leading Southeast Elite. All right, Dylan.
All right, I know everyone was on the edge of their seats just waiting for what I had to say. So, looking at the standings, we're going to reiterate it. There's 22 teams here. Only 6 are going to be eliminated as the top 16 advance to the bracket portion of this tournament. Now, number 13 right now is Great Lakes, Wisconsin at 2-1. So 14, 15, and 16 are all teams with 0 wins so far. Now, that means there's a grand total of, quick maths here, 9 teams without a win. Of those 9, there are going to be 3 games between them. So that means that those are likely going to decide those last 3 spots. Now, Southeast Elite has a game tomorrow against Pro Hockey. That one's at 3:10 p.m. at the center rink here at Mount Prospect. I think that is probably going to decide who makes the playoffs among those 2 teams. So,
is that Toronto Pro Hockey?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have a tough record, 0-3, but yeah, so I was talking about goal differential, but Southeast Elite was -13 coming into this game, so they are going to sit with the worst goal differential after this game unless they can pull off some magic. So it is really going to come down to if they can beat Pro Hockey tomorrow at 3:10. That's going to be the big one.
Well, there you have it. Thank you for your research is phenomenal, Dylan. I got to tell you that. Great stuff.
Appreciate that.
All the way through. All right, it is 8-1. We got 15 minutes on the clock, so set your timer on your iPhone.
That's right.
That's
Only 15 minutes.
That's all we're going to play. It's going to be a straight time period as the puck is dropped. Team Atlantic leading 8-1. Back to their original side, moving left to right. Puck left on the end boards, and Atlantic gets on top of it. Sent back in deep. The battle goes on in the corner. Looking to move the puck. Finally it squirts free and Atlantic's on top of it. Over to the near side corner. And the battle starts up again. We're 40 seconds in. Atlantic has control. Drops it over to the far side. Down to the corner. And into the end wall. Atlantic falls, the puck dug free, and now Team Southeast Elite able to come out of it, and we're going to have a penalty called in behind the play. As the puck leaves, and there's some beacon going on out there, a little bit of chirping happening.
Why not?
And that looks like number 43 for Team Southeast Elite. Who isn't on my lineup.
Colton Corbett, the defenseman. This is his 3rd penalty of this tournament. And they're not even going to put it on the board.
Oh, maybe it's a 10-minute misconduct.
Or actually, it looks like coincidentals.
Oh, yeah, there you have it. That would be why. So that's why they were beaking each other on the way to the penalty box as well. So we stay 5-on-5 with coincidentals. As Team Atlantic loses it, it gets chipped out to center ice. See, they have Colton Corbett listed as 96 on the roster I was given, so I got to change that to 43.
I would just use game sheet from here on out.
That's where this came from. That's what throws me, but I'm sure numbers changed as it got closer to the actual date of the tournament as well. It happens with these ones all the time.
It does.
You know, as some of these hockey schools have a always in motion roster with summer holidays and that kind of thing.
Yep.
So, all right, 12:15 left on the clock. The Southeast Elite loses it at their own blue line. And here comes Team Atlantic. Well, they didn't fire a shot. They just sent it in kind of towards the net. Southeast Elite coughs it up. Atlantic now able to set it up. There's a quick pass out front. Fanning on the shot. Sent out to center ice, where it's knocked down by Team Atlantic's Laurent Badger. Back into their zone now. Here comes Atlantic to the near side. Number 12, Emmett Bouthiet. Bouthiet goes deep with it, fires a real sharp angle shot. That sails over to the far boards. Puck comes back out to center ice. Now Atlantic in, there's a wrist shot just over top of the crossbar. Coming off the stick of Anthony Hansen. Sent back into the end wall. Southeast Elite trying to get it out. They get to the blue line, no further. It's turned back and fired in on Declan McKinney, who steers that away. Actually, you know what? We got to change that because it looks like that's number 31, R.J. Haber, now playing net.
Yes, that's a good pickup by you, R.J. Haber. This is his second relief appearance of this tournament.
Well, I mean, if you've gotten scored on 8 times, you really don't want to leave the kid in there. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
So Haber gets to play the third period, and it wasn't brought up simply because it happened during the break. So they're not gonna put it on the stat sheet, and away you go.
I didn't notice.
All right, Atlantic cuts off a pass. There's a wrist shot that gets redirected off to the corner. So it's a straight time period, but we haven't had a whistle anyway.
Yeah.
We're 5 minutes in.
I think just
Aside
the penalty.
from the penalties,
Yep,
yeah,
that's
exactly. Southeast Elite cuts off Atlantic, and back they come. The pass across. See, they still have a number 96 out here, but it's not Colton Corbett because Corbett's wearing 43.
Let's see, who's my 96? Mason Romano?
Oh, yeah, there's a Romano with a 96 as well. Okay, so they had 2.
There you go. That's probably exactly why they changed the other.
I'm thinking, yeah. Well, we only have one 96.
I think we just cracked the code there.
Well, we had 2 number 1s in a game earlier. If you remember.
Yeah, that's true. At least one was a goalie, one was a skater,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
If they were both skaters, that would not be great.
All right, Team Atlantic brings it out of their zone. Long pass up to the right-hand side. Taken now by Southeast Elite's Nicholas Vanderberg. He loses it at center ice, and Atlantic back with it. They're going to skate it in to the face-off circle. Quick wrist shot. Nice little glove there by the goaltender, R.J. Haber. He flashes leather, makes the stop.
Finally, the guys can come out of the penalty box here.
They were in there a while, like a long time without a whistle.
I mean, if they were in there for another minute, they would have missed half the period. What's our halfway point here? 7:30?
7:30
for these
would be
15 minutes. Yep.
So the face-off inside Southeast Elite's zone. Once again, Atlantic controls off the draw. Played back to the point. Down to the far side. Behind the net. Atlantic working on their cycle passing now. And there's one they realize they might have to work on as it squirts past the blue line. And number 15, Caden McDonald. There's a pass in, quick shot, goes just wide. Now the battle on the near side. Team Atlantic up with it. Skating through the zone, burning time off, firing it in towards RJ. RJ makes the stop on 2 chances, falls backwards.
A perfect third period for him so far.
And the Southeast Elite able to get it outside the blue line. Fired back in, but Elite's right on top of it. There's a long pass up the center. They lose it there, and now back comes Team Atlantic. We got a 2-on-1 in the other direction. Centering pass, and what a save by the goaltender, R.J. Haber. Spreads out, comes across, makes a beautiful save. He's played well here in the third period for what he's getting out of all of this, being down 7 goals coming into it.
He really has, Tarsi, and that was a great save, laying out. He doesn't care what the scoreboard says. He is playing as if it were a tie game in overtime right now, just locked in here for his appearance here in the third period.
6.5 minutes remaining here in the third. Team Atlantic from the blue line, long shot in. That actually hit one of the elite players on the skate, and he is limping hard. That one hurt. That looks like it's number 97, Nicholas Vanderberg, headed off to the bench. Limping the whole way. Now Atlantic comes back in. They control it. Pass back to the blue line. Held in. Wrist shot. Tipped. Scores. That gets past RJ. Shot from the point. Tipped in front. And it's 9-1.
And number 14 right in front of the net, Kellen McNaughton, pointed back to his teammate who took the original shot, which means I believe it must have been tipped by the defense. Or he just wants his buddy to get credit for the goal. Either way, it is 9-1.
So it's Anthony Hansen who actually got that one. He tipped it. Jack Baxter made the shot from the point. Gets the assist on that.
And so at this point, right now the most goals in a single game by any team in this tournament is 10 from first class against these very same Southeast elite guys. So we'll see if they get double figured here in the same day, twice in the same day.
Ooh, that would be a tough one to shake off.
Yeah, at least they have one on the board.
All right, puck in Team Atlantic's end, up against the end wall. Atlantic able to spend it over to the far side, picked up there by number 13, Xavier Landry. Comes cross ice with it. Atlantic leading 8-1, 9-1, pardon me. They haven't changed the...
They have not.
Weird. Got to change the clock inside here too, guys. Here comes Atlantic looking for number 10. Puck rolls away as they get taken down. And now they cross the blue line as they clear the zone. Backhand moving in towards the net. Goaltender has his stick knocked right out of his hand. Elite has the puck, and they're going to take it out of the zone. So RJ going to go back and get that. RJ Haber now has the opportunity to grab his stick. 9-1 the score. 4 minutes left to go here in the third. Back in comes Southeast Elite looking for their second. That one shot just wide of Mayel Powers.
Penalty.
There's a penalty coming.
Both called it.
Looks like it's going to be a trip. And it's coming to Team Atlantic, and I think that's number 8, Joe Duell, headed in there.
Yeah, and that'll be a clock stoppage, our first of the period.
Just while they put and they started again as soon as they put it up there. And it is Joe Duell.
Let's waste no time here. Next game scheduled on this rink is at 6:30 local time. It is only 5:42 p.m. here in Chicago. So, going to have a little bit of a break. I know they start the games up to 15 minutes early, but even that is early.
Still a half hour. With 3 minutes left on the clock as it sits.
Mm-hmm.
All right, in Southeast Elite zone. They bring it around to the near side and are able barely to get it out. In comes number 77, Cooper Manning Kent. They get it in towards Mayel. She jumps on it. Oh, and
puck put in the net, post whistle.
Puck put in the net after the whistle. That never makes anyone happy.
No, it does not. Manning Kent with a great opportunity there for Southeast Elite.
So he gets a talking to. Number 43, Colton Corbett, is the one who poked it away from Mayall Powers and then put it in the net.
Some other scores around the clash. ESH National Selects up 2-0 on Battery. Great Lakes, Wisconsin up 4-1 on NA Young Guns.
Great Lakes coming back from that loss we saw earlier.
Yes, they are.
Here's Southeast Elite with the puck. 2 minutes left to go on the clock. To the point. Quick wrist shot. That hits a player in front. Moves off to the corner. Southeast Elite is 5-on-3. They did call a penalty there as well. For a minute 25, it's going to come all the way back down to R.J. Haber. He'll play it. And now they
You should skate up with it.
lose it up. Yeah, exactly. That would have been, I would have enjoyed calling that.
Got to cross that one off my bucket list
Team
too.
Atlantic loses it. Here's a chance for a lead up front. And they miss the goal. Ooh, 2 of them go heavy into the boards. So it looks like we're going to have a penalty call. This time against, I think, Southeast Elite.
They're doing everything they can to stop that running clock.
I'm looking for an arm number. Looks like number 11, Caden Morton, potentially. In the box now. No, pardon me. Number 18, Patrick Dunaway, who took the penalty. As they put it up on the clock. It's a body checking minor for 2 minutes with 1 minute left to go, so he's going to spend the rest of the game there. So it's now 5-on-4 for 30 seconds, less than a minute on the clock. 9-1 the score. It's still, the clock still says 8-1. Here's a chance for a lead with a long shot. That one goes wide.
Not the one on your screen watching at home.
No, because we got it right. So Atlantic just burning off these last few seconds is basically how it's going. As they skated into Southeast Elite territory, steered to the outside. That was Groom that got taken into the boards. And now back with it is Xavier Landry as he burns off the last seconds on the clock, just skated back into his own zone. Now a play off into the corner harmlessly as the last few seconds come, and there is the buzzer. So there you have it, the final score, 9-1 in favor of Team Atlantic over Southeast Elite.
Yeah, Team Atlantic getting it done here. They're now 3-1. They have 9 points here at the tournament. And for Southeast Elite, just a tough draw here on this Wednesday, being outscored 19-1 across their 2 games. And it's going to be a big one for these guys at 3:10 right here tomorrow. And it'll likely decide if they're in the playoffs or not.
So we still get a national anthem. Doesn't matter the size of the win.
Yes, we do. And it'll be O Canada once again.
Those Easterners, I tell you. Our producer Anthony is from out down east in Canada as well, from Atlantic Canada. These are his homeboys.
All right. I know he's fired up about this win.
Can't you tell? Look at him. He's all over the place. You can hear the team singing.
Awesome.
They're ahead of the song. They're about 3 seconds ahead. They tried to hold that note to catch up.
Yeah, they did.
They were way off. Oh, man. Okay. 9-1, the final score. Team Atlantic Canada walking away with that one. Let's do a quick recap of the third period. First off, it was a penalty to Duel. Again, that was a quick third period because the clock was on straight time all the way through. So Duel and Corbett both went off a minute 20 into the period for roughing. Then Team Atlantic got the 9th and final goal. 9 minutes in, Anthony Hansen scored, Jack Baxter the assist on that one, then just a couple of penalties to finish it off. So this one all Team Atlantic. They win 9-1. Southeast Elite falls to 0-4. Team Atlantic 3-1 now. And that's going to do it for us again, Dylan.
Should be an exciting final day and end of the night here.
Yeah, the round robin finishes off tomorrow. We got a bunch more games to call. All of us will be back here. You guys will be back here again. I'm going back to South Arena for a game in a couple hours.
Enjoy that one.
Yeah, you guys enjoy what you're doing here because you'll be back here in a little while as well. So once again, you are watching the Continental Clash just outside of Chicago in Mount Prospect, Illinois, here on WSBN.
Ironman Industries stands for quality and precision in steel manufacturing. Specializing in quality of our work, we're committed to our customers. Build the future with us at ironmanindustries.com.
Do you want to develop an unshakable level of self-confidence? Then check out my best-selling book, Mindset First. It provides a concise and practical way for athletes just like you to win the mental game.